Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you're getting ready for the racing that's going to be taking place out at Turffontein. We're going to have the postman tipping out at Turffontein, but just on today's tough card that was put out by the kid, he fancied Wave Warrior for an each way bet and it returned £2.30 a play. So that's fantastic value. So well done to the kid and let's keep up the top form, guys. So, guys, I'm going to hand you over to the postman. He's going to take you through the eighth race program, and I know he's going to deliver.
Yeah, good day wherever you are. Racing comes to us Turffontein, new course on Thursday the 15th of September. Guys, take note, there are 8 races carded. Really competitive racing, just fed warily. The first race, guys, off at 12:40, and this is a maiden plate for fillies. It is a work riders event to be run over 1,450 meters. And when we go through this card, some of those that have some average form are drawn really wide. So when we dissected the field and we went through the form here, we've come out, our first selection is horse 2, and this is Batik. Trent Mayhew getting the ride here for Brett Webber, nicely drawn at 2. Last summer finished 3rd, 2 lengths behind Summerland. Was handy on that occasion. I do believe that this one jumps and sits handy. Will go very close. For second, we've gone for the 4, Hatochi. Waiting van Staden gets a ride here for the Fortune stable. Has had 3 fair efforts. Last time out, 3rd to Luna Belade. Jumped in, showed pace, was staying on. Big negative, drawn 9 out of 10 here. If Waiting jumps and goes, this horse will stop. If he's more patient, he may not get a run. So very difficult, but cannot be left out of bypots. For third, guys, we have gone for horse number 9. And this is Double Joy. Nicely bred daughter of Twice Over. From the David Niverhazen yard. Again, this will have to be really good or get really lucky to win from draw 10 out of 10. But they have put Sam Messiah aboard. And again, Sam, one of the better work riders, he's capable of getting this one to go close. For fourth, guys, we have gone for horse number 3. And that is Miss Tango. And there's Daughter of Pomodoros from the Fabian Habib yard. And again, fourth, the last 2 occasions. 2 runs back, finished 4th out of 9 in the work riders, and again is capable of running into the places. The first leg of the bipod for me is a nightmare. I'm putting all 4. I may even add 5 or 6. I think it's an absolute nightmare, and we've gone 2, 4, 9, and 3. The second race on the card, this is due off at 13:15. This is a Pinnacle Stakes to be run over 1,800 meters. And in this second race, the first leg of the place accumulator, my first selection here is horse 3, Out of the Darkness, King in the Mela for Johan Jansa van Vuren. I do think this is nice value, and I put this as one of the value bets of the day. Last time out, just did finish 3rd behind Sovereign Spirit. Did over race on that occasion, but was running on, loves the course, and if settles, will certainly go very close. For second, guys, we have gone for the 5, Bold Fortune, Cabela Mazziani for Stewie Pettigrew. This is coming back from an 11-week layoff. There's a lot of horses that are coming back from rest that I'm sure have got bigger fishes to fry. But again, Bold Fortune certainly above average and good enough to run a place here. For third, we have gone for horse number 1, Second Base. Another classy sort coming back from an 11-week layoff with Gavin Lorena aboard for Johan Jansa van Vuren. Did run in a grade 1 last time out, was a little outclassed in the July. But again, I do believe this one has bigger fish to fry, but good enough to run a place here. And for fourth, we have gone for horse number 4, and this is Jamila. Ryan Munger for Ashley Fortune. I think this is a current favorite. Last time, a really good run. I do think that it is running against a lot stronger. However, those that are stronger are coming back from layoffs, so must put Jamila in with a small winning chance. So we've gone 3, 5, 1, and 4, and we do think 3 is a nice value bet. The third race from the card, you're off at 1350. This is a maiden plate to be run over 1450 meters. And in this event, our first selection here is horse 10, Pragmatist. This is King in the Mellow again for Johan Janssen van Vuren. Did have one run, finishing fourth on that occasion. Was showing steady progress at the end. And again, would indicate that the son of Jackson would prefer the 1450 meters. I certainly won't be bankering this one, but certainly will throw this one in all exotics. For second, we've gone for the first timer, horse 8, Iron Sky, Randall Simons for Stewie Pettigrew. This is a nasty bred son of Water Winter. And I do think that if this is anything decent, we'll certainly go close here. For fourth, my apologies, for third, we've gone for the 3, Burgess. Caden Brewer getting the ride here for St. John Gray. Has got some fair form. I do think that this one will be running on, and when others have cried enough, I'm hoping that Caden holds this one up and doesn't go speeding off to the front. If he holds it up, certainly will go close. Please take note, this is St. John's only run of the day, and multiple winners have come out of its recent form line, so it cannot be left out. For fourth, we have thrown in horse number 12, and this is Ravens Black. Again, very nice first run, finishing second. There was a ton of support for it. Cabela Mazziani for Brett Crawford was suspended though for 13, or has been off for 13 weeks. Finished race off with a nosebleed. Please take note, guys, if this one was drawn in the top 3, I would bank her, but drawn 10 out of 12, coming back from a suspension, one has to be wary, and probably include, if you're taking pick sixes, as many as your budget would allow. As I said earlier, this is not the easiest card in the world, and we're just trying to get you guys through this leg. So the third race, guys, we've gone 10, 8, 6, and 12, and load up. We move on to race 4. This is due off at 1425, a middle stakes to be run over 2600 meters. And yeah, we get the same set of opponents facing each other again. And the fourth race, my first selection here, is horse number 3. This is Flying First Class. Calvin Abib for David Nieuwenhuizen. Calvin gets on very well with this one, finishing second. Nose last time out behind Razor Alleluia. Loves this course and distance. Has had 4 runs, course and distance, for 2 wins, a second and a third. And certainly should be on the shortlist for exotics. PAs, maybe banker this one. For second, guys, we have thrown in the horse number 4, Arlington Action. Ultra consistent as well. Ryan Munger retaining the ride for Tyrone Zaki. Ryan rode this one last time out, over 2,400 meters. And this one ran on to beat Flag Bearer by just over a length. And again, certainly warrants respect here. For third, we've thrown in horse number 2, Fraud. Craig Zaki for Stephen Moffat. Again, we go through the form here. This has average form. Course and distance, 5 runs for first and 2 seconds. Loves this course, must be included here at long odds. And for fourth, we throw in the 1, White Fang. Samangi Kamala for Mike and Adam Azzi. Again, we look at this horse, course and distance, 6 runs, 3 wins and a third. Cannot be excluded. For the shortlist, I would go 3 and 4. For those that want to add in 3, 4, 2, and 1. But we do think 3 will go really close for us. We move on to the 5th race on the card. This is due off at 1500 hours, bet rate at 62. Handicap for the girls over 1450 meters. And in the 5th race, guys, taking a chance here. My first selection is 5, Dancing Dora. Muzieni getting the ride here for Fani Broncos. We go back and we look, Muzi did ride this one over 1400 meters and actually won its maiden on this one. And again, when Muzi jumps aboard, the red lights start to flash, and we've got to take note. And I've selected this one to win. For second, I've gone for the favorite. This is horse 6, Cold Hard Stare. Samanga Kamala for Mike and Adam Azzi. Samanga rode this one last time out, winning its maiden really, really well. One going away, and again, this distance should suit. If I'm looking for a negative, and that's why I've tipped this one to run second, coming back from a 17-week layoff. So we'll have to take fitness for granted there. For third, guys, gone for another rough year. Horse 7, Angel's Wish, Mark Khan for Waiho Mowing. This one did have excuses last time out, finishing 4.5 lengths behind the winner, was in season and did not perform. Form prior to that, always a little bit slow, and is capable of running on, and I do believe that drawn 1, if this one jumps on terms, will certainly give a decent account of itself. And for fourth, guys, we've gone for the 3, Outlaw. Calvin a bit for the Fortune Yard. Calvin rode this one last summer by winning its maiden. And this one will jump, sit handy, nicely drawn at 2, and again can be there and thereabouts. So race 5, guys, we've gone 5, 6, 7, 3. Smaller bets, 5 and 6 should be sufficient. Larger perms, put all 4. We'll move on to race 6. This is due off at 15:35. Met rated 76 handicap, again for the girls, to be run over 1,450 meters. And in this race, guys, I think it's a boat race between horses 2 and 1. And our first selection is horse 2. This is Captain Peg. This is the current favorite. Diego de Gavea retaining the ride here for Stewie Pettigrew, has won 2 on the trot. Last time out was slow and drew clear really, really well, and certainly can remain unbeaten. Our second selection here is horse number 1, Dancing Arabian. Ray Danielson getting the ride here for Roy Magna. Ray gets on really, really well with this one, winning not last time out, 2 runs back when Ray was aboard. And I think for exotics, 1 and 2 should be sufficient. For those that are not willing to take a chance, throw in our third selection as well, which is horse number 3, Special Variety. Ryan Munger retaining the ride here for the Fortune Yard. Did lack finish last time out. Again, let's look for some improvement from this one. For fourth, guys, we've gone for the 4, Princess Philippa. Randall Simons for the Pettigrew Yard. This one last time out with Diego de Gavea aboard, and I believe Diego's gone for the right choice here. So race 6, 2, 1, 3, and 4, and I think it's a boat race 2 and 1. We move on to race 7, and this is off at 16:10, a mid-rated 95 handicap for the girls over 1,450 meters. And in the 7th race, guys, we think that horse number 4, Crimson Princess, again is nice value, round about 9 to 2. Ryan Munger retaining the ride here for Ashley Fortune, nicely drawn at 1. Last time out was a fair effort despite being slow off. Again, if she jumps on terms, certainly will go really, really close. And we do think 92 is a fair price. For second, we've gone for horse number 1, Lucy in the Sky. Gav Lorena for Brett Weber. Very unlucky last time out, or we think it ran second, half a length behind Bon Vivant. We just think it was a little bit short. We do think that distance would suit this one better and should be running on big negative, drawn 7. But if held up, again, in a small field, should be finishing hand over fist. Should not be excluded from exotics. For third, we throw in horse number 5, Peyton's Tears. Samanga Kamala for Lucky Odalakis. Last time out with cheap pieces aboard, did show improvement, finishing 2.5 lengths behind Greek Miss. That was third out of 8 runners. Again, just take note, guys, there were only 8 runners there, so it's not a massive improvement. It is improvement, but not massive. But with Samanga aboard, again, we certainly have to take notice. For fourth, we've gone for the 6, What a Honey, Muzieni for the stable companion of our third selection. Also from the Lucky Dalakis Yard. This one last time out, beating Vivacious Spirit by a head, is up in class. As I said, Muzi gets a ride here, but again, maybe good enough to fill in one of the minor spots. So in the 7th race, guys, we've gone 4, 1, 5, 6, and we do think the 4 is a bit of value as well, around about 9 to 2. We move on to the lucky last. This is race 8. Race 8 due off at 16:45. A classified stakes over 1,600 meters. And in the lucky last, guys, our first selection here is horse 1. This is Ridge to Reef, Samanga Kamala for Ashley Fortune. I am hoping that the Fortune Yard rides or gets the last double. We're certainly going to take a couple of doubles on that. See, they've put the blinkers back aboard this one. Samanga Kamala gets aboard this one. And again, if Samanga jumps on a horse, we're certainly going to take notice and cannot be left out of anything. For second, guys, we have thrown in horse number 12. And this is Fantasy Flower. Muzieni again for Lucky Odolakis. Has ridden it on 3 occasions for first and 2 fourths. Last time out, sat handy, was outrun. And again, with a light weight, 52 kilos, certainly can sit handy and be there and thereabouts when the whips are cracking. Shouldn't be left out of your calculations. For third, we've gone for 4. Quest from Afar, Calvin a bib for Mike and Adam Azzi. Has had 2 decent runs with Calvin on board. And again, certainly can be there and thereabouts. For fourth, guys, we've gone for the 5. Just Be Nice, Keegan DeMella for Candace Dawson. Seems to be held by horse 11. However, we do think that with Keegan aboard, can certainly finish a lot closer and may even reverse the form of that. So race 8, guys, we've gone 1, 12, 4 and 5. As I said, guys, the beginning of the page, tough racing in Gauteng, a lot of good horses coming back from layoffs. Just be careful, I'm sure there are bigger fishes for them to fry, and play cautiously. But I do quite fancy the value bets, and we're going to have a small go on that, and we're going to take the last double as well, the Fortune double. Guys, look after yourself, take care. Stevie, back to you guys in the studio.
Cheers for that, the postman. We appreciate that. I see you've tipped an 8-race program, your normal bipot PA, your jackpot 1, jackpot 2, and you've got 2 value bets for the punters. So hopefully one of them or 2 of them arrive. Some nice win doubles, place doubles, and we can clean up and make some nice tidy profit. Guys, enjoy your racing out at Turffontein. Have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.